What you guys just saw is me putting my indoor soccer cleats away for good. No more soccer. And I know some of you guys might be confused. I'm like, soccer? I thought you only bodybuild. Why are you playing soccer? I played soccer since I was a little kid. I played in high school. I did not go to college right away. I went and joined the United States Army. I played in the Army. Another fun fact, I was stationed in the Army. My last duty station was in South Korea. And in South Korea, they had this program called the Good Neighborhood Program, where you just go around South Korea and you played against local teams. It's just a way to build that relationship between the Korean nationals and United States Army. And I was on the 8th Army All-Star team. So to all my Korean friends that are watching this video, wherever you're watching it from, annyeonghaseyo. Yes, I did pick up a few languages from Korean, but that's not the point of this video. I'm putting my soccer cleats away just because yesterday I had a work event which had to do with indoor soccer, and I haven't played in such a long time, and my body is just wrecked. Unfortunately, we do have a 12-mile run that we need to make sure we are getting ready for, and to make sure I am in top shape, at least fully recovered, because my body, my whole lower extremity is sore, my upper back is sore, everything is just sore all over the place. But anyways, the point is I am trying to get ready to make sure I'm speeding up my recovery or working on my recovery, so I'm not going to be doing any sort of training today. So I just want to share with you guys 2 recovery modalities that's quite common that you guys have heard of: cold and heat. But unfortunately, I think a lot of people are using it wrong. They are great when it's being used right, but when it's being used wrong, it can actually be detrimental to your recovery and your training. All right, so heat can be a great tool in terms of recovery. I actually advise a lot of my clients to use sauna sessions or heat, for instance, during the deload more so than anything. But if you are doing training or trying to just speed up recovery, it's something that can definitely be used. But when you are using it, make sure it's far away from your training session, up to about 8 hours before your training session. You know, you see a lot of people like the Joe Rogans of the world. They have like a true sauna session. They sit in the sauna for like an hour. That can be great. Those are the kind of sauna session or kind of heat session that you want to do during like a deload week. I don't have one of those expensive sauna machines, but I have an alternative that I think you might be interested in. That is the Heat Pod sauna blanket from Hydragun. In case you haven't been following me for a while, I've worked with the Hydragun in the past, and their massage gun is actually one of my favorite, the one I use all the time. So when they send this to me, disclaimer, yes, they did send it to me for me to review and see if I like it. If I do like it, I can put it on here and give you guys an honest review about that. So I love the Heat Pad just from like the quick 20 minutes I just did right now. Again, heat is good for your body. It helps recovery. So that's why it's something that you want to add into your regimen. Heat Pod sauna blanket is made out of sweat resistant vegan leather. It's got 0 EMF carbon fiber, infrared heating coil system embedded in it, and it's a triple protected lining with thermal sensor for overheating prevention. Also, you have the time set settings that can take you from 5 to 60 minutes, and you can rise up the temperature of 176 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Celsius. The dimensions for the heated blanket is 71 by 71 unfolded, and it's 165 centimeters interior circumference. Heat Pod is safe for daily use. You can use it to manage stress and pains as part of your post-workout routine recovery. Keep the Heat Pod in optimal conditions. They recommend you wiping it down with a soft cloth or towel after use. You can also use like non-toxic cleaner, a gentle soap or cleaning wipe can also be used. So I'm definitely looking forward to implementing this for just to boost up my recovery. As I mentioned in the previous videos, I am planning to do a lot of extreme things that's going to take my body to next level, to levels that I've never pushed it before, and I'm looking for ways to make sure I'm optimizing recovery, because if I'm not fully recovered and get back to my training, that is just setting myself up to get injured and sidelined and put me out of the goals that I want to accomplish myself. Link in the description for you guys in case you are interested in copying one. Again, having a sauna can definitely be very expensive, or if you don't have an access to a sauna in your gym, you can definitely invest in something like Pod sauna blanket from Hydragun. Now that we're done with the heat, let's talk about the cold. If you're not using the cold therapy properly, it can definitely hinder your performance and actually hinder your gains also. So a lot of research has shown that if you pair cold therapy with strength training, it can actually have a negative impact, seeing improvement in hypertrophic training or seeing the improvement in you trying to gain lean tissue mass. But what it doesn't mention, what we don't talk about, is how do you apply that and how to use that. You can use cold therapy if your goal is hypertrophic training by separating or having enough gap between the time that you train and between the time that you are going to be using that cold modality. If you're training in the morning, you do not want to get into the ice barrel right away, you want to space that out. So if you train in the morning, you probably want to get into the ice barrel maybe later on in the day, about 12 to 16 hours in between. If your goal is running and improving your running or recovering better because you are planning on running on a consistent basis, I typically jump into the ice barrel post run. I start that recovery process right away because my goal at that point in time is to make sure I speed up that start that recovery process, especially if I plan on training, let's say, legs on the next day, just to make sure my body is ready to be able to perform. The heat and the cold can be good modalities for you in your training program, and it can definitely improve your recovery when it's been used right. If you guys are interested in the ice barrel or the heat pod sauna blanket from Hydragun, I'll put a link in the description for you guys to check it out. That's all the video I have for you guys today, and this is Sam from SAMOK Fit, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Peace.